Podcast, a platform created to entertain, educate, and evolve the modern-day deer hunter. Hello, welcome to the Deer Hunter Podcast. Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever it happens to be that you're listening to this. It is Monday morning, what is today, the 18th? And we're just back. Got back last night from our last weekend trip up to northern Michigan deer hunting. Pretty awesome weekend. Looking forward to sharing that with everybody. It'll be the final chapter in our film project that we've been working on here all fall. And that's the reason I'm on here this morning. I'm going to publish here the third installment of our deer camp excursion. And this will be our 100.5, episode 100.5. And I wanted to reiterate that the tickets for our film are on sale for the premiere. And if you are at all interested and thinking seriously that you want to go, I would say don't wait. We've already sold in a week a quarter of the tickets, and we haven't published anything on, social media or shared it with anybody outside of the podcast listeners. I just wanted to make sure that friends and family and, anybody that was listening to this that thought they might want to go gets first crack at the tickets, because the thing's going to sell out, and I can't get a bigger venue, unfortunately. So, Saturday, January 26th, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ticket prices are $25. And like I said, it's in partnership with Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Got a bar there. We'll be hanging out, having some beers, watching the film, and kicking, a portion of the proceeds for the night back to the Michigan chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. So, that being said, deerhunterpodcast.com. There's a link on there to purchase tickets, and if you think you want to go, don't wait. We're already getting hotel rooms and staying over there for the weekend, so we can do the Hunting Time Expo and just enjoy the weekend. So, here's the third episode of Deer Camp. In the next coming weeks, things are going to be a little bit chaotic. You may see a pile of shows come up. If that happens, it's probably because the next couple of weeks I might not have time to be on our regular schedule. I am moving out of my home this week, so it is absolute chaos, and it's going to be a struggle for me to keep up with this. I got to get a temporary studio set up, and it's just going to be a mess here for the next couple weeks. So if an episode doesn't come up, on the beginning of the week when it normally does, it could happen later in the week, but I just assume going into the next couple weeks that things will be a little different than they typically are. So, enjoy this episode. Have a great Monday, and we'll catch you next week.
Hi, Drew.
It's always
Hey, Drew.
rubs somewhat interestingly on my mustache beard combo.
I
You're
could see
good.
that. I could see that. Tommy,
There's mine.
what is that whiskey there
Check.
on the...
There's some Woodford
Oh,
over
that
there.
is?
There's
God damn it.
Bomarito's rum, and there's
In
grab
an
that
Evan
Traverse
Williams
City.
bottle. Which one am I on? Here. On 4?
You guys want,
Whiskey.
You want
Turn
rum,
these
bourbon,
down.
or whiskey? Yeah.
Yeah, eh?
Cannonball it, Drew. Oh, single barrel Woodford, son of a bitch.
Toss me the Traverse City.
Am I cool to drink out of this bottle, or do we have
There
any
you go.
cups around here? Or?
That's why I baked
I
it up.
just threw a bunch of cups
Dude,
out.
it is alcohol. It's sterile. It
Coffee.
kills everything.
Coffee, vanilla.
Why do you think
Tom-
all of
Tom's got
medieval
some cups.
Europe was drunk as shit all the time?
Tom's getting us some cups.
Is he?
Tom, are you getting those for us?
I didn't brew up
Thank you.
2 fists.
They were always drunk because they couldn't drink anything but beer
Yeah.
and liquor.
The water was unsterile.
Yeah, exactly.
Dad, who were you saying? Who was talking? Who were you talking to today? Were you talking to somebody on a radio at elk camp?
Yeah, in Missoula, Montana, just outside of Missoula, Montana. Elk camp.
Which way out of Missoula? Do you know?
They didn't say.
They didn't say? I hunted turkeys out there just outside of Missoula 2 years ago. So,
They said that it was at the headquarters of the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation was in Missoula.
yeah, RMEF is right out there.
Nice.
We saw some elk last night. Everybody's been seeing elk. Tommy, how many elk did you see last night? 9.
Holy dog shit.
And you saw a couple big bulls, right?
I saw 5 today. I saw 2 bulls and a couple and 3 cows.
You'll never see that elk hunting.
Yeah, we got a good elk spot, huh?
I haven't seen any elk this year. Usually, most years up here deer hunting.
You saw a deer.
I saw a deer. That's all I cared about. I saw a deer and he didn't see me. That's all that mattered.
Yeah, exactly.
So what happened this morning from start to finish? What time did we get up? You were up. You were up.
Yeah,
I was up at
4:30.
4.
Normally you're
Slothopotamus.
usually in the closer to Tommy range, getting up here than you are
I don't got those
when the
pretty.
coffee pot goes on.
I don't got those pretty bird lips while I'm snoring.
I was all bundled up nice when Drew came out here. I was still in my sleeping bag, wide awake, just like.
It's like a sarcophagus. I can't even say the word. just mummified.
I don't
It
understand.
was warm.
I don't understand how it's 18 degrees and Ryan's cot is soaked in sweat. I don't understand that.
Dude, he's a sweaty hose beast.
Dude, it was so hot when we went to bed. I was like,
Just stop right there.
we were in one sleeping bag.
Did you guys have the Adam and Eve bags?
Trust me, it's just called rewarming.
there's a reason that this cot was all sweaty.
Yeah.
Jason and Ryan's bags were EPA certified.
So what time we been getting up? 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Yipper.
Mm-hmm.
It's when the coffee pot kicks on.
And you and Jason Meekoff went on a tag team mission today on a mobile hunt. What? Saddle hunt.
2 bears, 1 flex.
Exactly.
That's what our team name was.
Nice. 2 bears, 1 flex.
Yep, a couple bears loaded up in the flex.
Yep.
And you guys, how far did you go from here?
Oh, how far is that up the road?
Maybe-
It's like a mile and a half.
Yeah,
Eh,
mile and a
well,
half,
it's a couple
2
miles that way.
Yeah.
A couple miles north of here.
And it was clear cut that you found bird hunting
Yeah. In October.
in October.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey,
There's some deer sign back there. So,
probably be a good spot to deer hunt.
yeah.
It was.
And then, in fact, I decided I'm going to go deer hunting in that area.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
fall.
I wasn't even planning on it, but then you guys invited me up here.
Worked out.
So, worked out.
So, Bomber, you went with them.
Yeah.
And what transpired? Something happened this morning, huh?
I got me a real honey of a buck.
Tell the story from when you left camp here to how it happened. I'd love to hear the.
Oh, I remember setting my alarm last night and Jason said, I'm like, what time you get up? He's like, 4 o'clock. And, of course, I snooze the shit out of mine. And 4:30 comes and I just look at it and say, fuck. Like, Jason's going to be pissed. Scramble out to the shed and we're all just
I
getting
was
ready at
probably
the same
still
time.
in my sleeping bag.
It was a good timing. Got dressed. Him and I loaded up in the mighty Ford Flex. Headed out towards the old public land. Yeah, it's probably about 2 miles away down a seasonal road and parked off the side, and we hiked in some pretty decent hill country.
Yeah. Nice
When-
country back there.
Yeah, dude, it was
Pretty as hell.
beautiful. Went back up in there. Was up in that ridge there. He
Mm-hmm.
took me up to, and just kind of scouted out a couple trees, and I found one that looked pretty promising. I get up high enough, the lineman's.
What happened with your rifle?
Oh, that. So me, I like having a plan B, you know. So I bring 2 rifles, and this morning I grabbed a rifle out of the back of my truck and loaded it in Jason's car, and we get out there and we park and we get ready. I go to grab my rifle out, and instantly I know by the shape of the rifle case that I had brought the wrong rifle with no ammo.
Oh, God.
And then realized that Jason was shooting the same kind of ammo, but I didn't have a sling set up or anything, which is needed for setting up my saddle rig and everything. It's like, you just want to borrow my 44? You know, 44 mag, single shot, ready to go. I'm like, yeah, let's take it. So he lent it to me, and as soon as he put it in my hands, I go, you know what? Today I'm going to finally shoot my first deer with a borrowed rifle after wanting to kill one with all these old classic vintage hunting rifles that I have in my safe. So I knew it was a golden ticket. So we loaded up and started humping it up the ridge.
Yeah, we hiked up. I don't know. We were in about a half mile to his spot. I was probably another, almost half mile past him. But
Yeah.
we were just hiking in. There's a spot I had seen some sign in October. And we got up to that general vicinity, and there's a lot of sign around there. So I was like, you just sit here. Because I knew where else I would probably go. So I figured I could drop him on off there and just keep heading up. One of the higher spots around.
Nice.
Get full 4G coverage.
That's nice. Get all your business handled. Huh? Slow periods during the morning. Get business handled.
So yeah, it was a fun story. It was a fun day because I dropped him off. Then I kept walking. About halfway to my spot from where I dropped him off, I was like, oh, man, I'm really hot. I need to drop a layer. So took off pulled off the pack, dropped that, took off a layer, start walking back to my spot, get to where I was going to sit, get there, take off the pack, set that down, and realized that I left my rifle sitting on leaning against the tree I had pulled off my layers at.
Oh, no.
So I had to proceed to walk back another 20 minutes to that, and then walk back to where I was going to set up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was fun.
Bears
I've done
had
that. I've walked out with my tree stand on my back and my backpack and gotten like quarter of the way there. I'm like,
I feel so efficient.
I don't have my bow.
Exactly.
Probably going to need that.
It's one thing with a bow because it's like big enough that you notice it. So you'll make it a ways and you'll be like, what the hell am I doing? But with the rifle, it's just over your shoulder. Don't even notice it. And then I got out there. It's like, oh, that's pointless. Then walk all the way like another quarter mile back, get my rifle from leaning against the tree, walk back. I wasn't up in a tree till it was like almost 20 to 8 just because my dumb ass forgot my rifle leaning against a tree.
At least you remembered the right rifle.
Yeah, exactly. There's that.
So tell us about your buck, bud.
Yeah, so got all posted up in the saddle. I was doing my first year doing the whole mobile thing and decided to give the saddle a shot. It was in the Arrow Hunter Kestrel.
You like that saddle?
Dude, it was awesome. I sat yesterday. I'm not usually an all-day sitter, but I sat almost 11 hours straight sitting in that thing. Perfectly 100% comfortable in it. You know, I'd stood up, sat down, stood up, just.
Well, it's worth mentioning too. You just set it up, right?
Yeah.
That was your first hunt out of it?
I set it up in my backyard the night before leaving, and that was my first hunt yesterday in it.
Right on.
Wow. And didn't see anything. Had a nice little Yodi come walking through. But I sat all day, committed, 10 and a half, almost 11 hours, dude, and it was great. There's no way in hell I could have done that in a hangout with the way my back is.
Right on. Yeah, it looks comfortable. I was watching Drew play around with it outside. Everybody likes it, huh?
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot, dude. I love that you just pack that son of a bitch in there and you just have nothing hanging off you other than the steps.
Yeah. I like it for gun hunting a whole lot. I feel like you can cover a lot with the saddle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was running the Arrow Hunter Kestrel with the Hawk Helium steps with 1/8 off the bottom stick.
Pour me a little spritzer of that, would you, bud?
A little bit of coffee rum. Little Bomberito Bakery.
Oh,
That stuff's pretty good.
I have to admit the saddle looks pretty sweet set up for gun hunting.
Yeah, I was real
Okay.
happy with it.
Not sold on it with a bow, but gun hunting, it kind of looks like the shit.
Yeah, I was happy with it, but we got set up today, and I was in a little oak, and I was kind of limited on my height because the branches started branching off, so I got to the top of my second stick, and I had to go down a step, and I set up my platform, just a lone wolf seat on a 1.25 inch square tube and some XOP standoffs. I had a strap to, and I just stand on that, set my tether up above me, and then clip my bridge in, and I just got in a seated position. That's all I had the height for, so I had to sit the whole time. And about 8:30, as soon as I got set up, about 7:15, I was kind of ranging shit off. Like, oh, that bush is 25 yards. That bush is 50. That deer run away with his ass to me is about 52 yards, and there he goes. So, yeah, it looked like I had it head down and just running away, and, zero shot. I'm like, all right, cool, there's some activity in here. And just kind of keeping on point. I had the rifle sitting across my lap. And then I heard some crunching coming down this ridge behind me, and I turned around and looked, and I could see deer coming in. And I thought it was like a little doe at first, and I looked a little closer, and nice little basket rack on it. I shouldered the rifle up, Jason's 44 mag, and got him in the scope, and it just had straight head-on chest shot, brisket shot. And I'm like, I'm not taking that. And then ducked off into the brush. And I kind of followed him where I think he'd pop out, and he'd pop out and just be a flash of brown or ass just pointing right at me, and just disappeared in the brush down the bridge, gone. So I had zero shot at all. I'm just sitting there hanging out. And
So he's a sly buck.
dude, he had his head down. He had his head down like a pointer on like a grouse trail. Dude, just booking through the woods.
Yeah, I was trying to pick up some does.
He's looking for the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight up looking for the ladies.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
he? When Bomberito comes to town.
Oh. But, yeah, Jason texted me, said he'd get down around 10 and slowly start working his way towards me. We were planning on coming in at lunchtime. And so, getting kind of antsy, getting cold. Stood up, hung my rifle up on the sling, and took a squeege off the stand. Kind of
Exposed yourself, one
exposed,
might say.
to expose myself to lucky nature. Sat that back down, figuring that was the end of the hunt, and then sure enough, dude, I see him coming, like just double back, following his tracks, coming from the little ravine about 100 yards away, going up through the little, probably about 5 foot tall scrubby brush, and going through all the little holes that I couldn't get shots on him earlier. Got the rifle shoulder ready, and I was kind of hoping he popped back out on the first spot I saw him at this morning, and sure enough, he did. Came back up there and kind of stopped through a little thicket and just put the crosshairs on where a little spot I think the old 44 would punch through, and squeezed off around and dropped him in his tracks.
Yeah, you did.
Dude, I thought that was the end of it. I was like done, just dropped him like a sack of bricks. And he gets up and starts pawing. He's just pawing downhill here.
You saying pawn?
Pawing, you know.
like he was pawing at the dirt? Or
He's pawing for his life right down the hill. So this is a single shot, break action.
You're saying pawing?
Pawing. Yeah,
pawing.
right.
Yeah.
So I cracked it open, slung another round in there, fired one off into him again, and he's sitting there going, cracked it open, fired another one off. I'm like, this is it. I can't let this get away or anything stupid happen. My fucking dog shit Bomberito luck in my life.
So three
Not
shots.
getting away.
3 shots on the deer then?
Yeah, three shots I fired off at him.
I didn't know that.
Great
it's-
minds think alike.
Dude, stopped. I'm like, you're on my clock now, sister. But yeah, that was it. And then saw he was done for, checked out, wasn't going home, and texted Jason. Just all you guys told him buck down, and just started breaking shit down and got up on him. Nice little 5-point.
Drew was like, showed me his phone,
Yeah.
He's like, Bomber shot a buck. And says, buck down. I was like, that's sweet.
Dude, I was so excited. This was like
This was a badass deer hunting morning, like tactical effort, group effort.
it was fun, man.
Yeah.
How bad was your heart just pounding out of your chest when you
When I saw him at 8:30, it was kind of pounding, and I remember so was my hat, and
My heart was pounding.
but I don't know. It was when I saw him first thing this morning. It was pounding real bad. When he came through, I kind of like was expecting what it would feel like, but yeah, this was legitimately my very first deer that walked out in front of me, shouldered a rifle, pulled the trigger, and it dropped.
Very first deer or very first buck?
Deer.
Wow.
I had one I shot 10 years ago on the island.
And you're how old?
35.
Yeah, you've been hunting for how many years here in Michigan?
Kind of off and on whenever the time permitted. 23.
So you'd say, yeah, it's a difficult task to come up to northern Michigan and shoot a public land buck, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Felt
Big, but you know what now?
What's that?
The first one, once you get the first one out of the way, it's
Yeah.
like a bit of relief.
Dude, that's what it felt like. It was just like totally felt like there was weight off my shoulders like I did it, you know. I
Now you're going to be a killer.
fucking sweated my dick off, setting this mobile saddle up, almost halfway killing myself since this is only third time putting it up.
That's how it happens, though. You shoot one, now it opens up the floodgates.
Yeah, we've just been giving you random pins on X and saying, "Go here, bud. don't miss the mark."
Just been dickering my way through the woods.
I was super happy that I took Bomber to get his first buck.
That was cool.
I was like, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. It was a team effort this
Yeah.
morning.
Hell yeah.
Well, you got a buck.
Yeah, Tommaso, man.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Beautiful buck.
Yeah. I super happy with it. You know, actually, Kevin showed me a spot to sit yesterday, and we set up a tree stand out there. And yesterday, I was kind of cursing his name because I didn't see a single thing. I saw a bird and a moth yesterday. I literally counted that, and
The moths are out right now.
yeah, really
Weird.
active.
It's
They're
like
I think
30
they-
degrees
Yeah.
outside and there's moths flying around.
Everywhere, dude.
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, it's the moth
It's
rot.
moth run.
They are out of season though.
It's
so
Mothra.
I didn't
You
have
guys
my moth
coming up
tag.
for moth rot?
Yeah, they are out of season.
It's the
Didn't
best
have a
time to
tag
go
for that.
mothing all year.
Yes.
Moth mode.
Yeah. So Kevin set me up in a seat, and yesterday I was like, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna see all sorts of activity out here." And yesterday I didn't see a damn thing, and I was like, "Oh man, what am I gonna do the rest of the weekend?" So this morning I woke up.
Well, I think it's worth mentioning too. It was the first time you ever got your own nice little tree stand set up. We went
You're
and
right.
set your tree stand up, and what did we do? We picked the spot.
yeah,
We went and set it up.
that's right. Because actually I'm very new to this whole using a hang-on stand with climber sticks, and Kevin was kind enough to basically show me how to use them and how to set up your stand, and worked out great. That being said, I'm terrified of heights, but it
Three
worked.
lone wolf sticks is perfect for you, isn't it?
It is. It really
Yeah,
is.
dude.
You were high enough
Yes.
for gun hunting. You were real. It was
Yes. Yeah.
yep,
For
and
sure.
you weren't too uncomfortable, right?
Exactly. Even the first day that I was hunting, it was so windy out,
Right.
and I didn't have any problem. Even the tree was swaying back and forth, and I
Right.
didn't have any kind of
Yeah,
discomfort.
12 foot for gun hunting is up here.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
lucky if I was 10 foot today, 10 or 12 foot.
There's
Right.
a lot of spots you get higher than that you can't see.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all the pine trees.
Right.
So yeah, this morning went out there, and it's probably about 8:30. I saw a squirrel, and I knew, oh man, this is a lot of activity. This would be a good day.
It's fucking game on.
You
Oh,
see
yeah,
next
for
was a
sure.
moth.
Yeah, and then I'm. That being said, this morning it was snowing super hard where I was,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah,
hunting
dude.
kind of a big clear cut, so you have a lot of visibility. But with that snow, it kind of cuts down on it a
What
lot.
did it start snowing right at daybreak?
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Dude, it was just hammering down snow today.
Yeah.
It was nuts. I mean,
Visibility was pretty low.
It was awesome.
I wasn't even wiping it off my clothing because I was like, oh, this is like perfect camouflage. Like I'm actually like blending in with the terrain because I had like a 1/4 inch of snow on all my
Yeah,
clothes.
I would say the same thing. We were running a camera this morning, and I had to just keep knocking the snow off the damn thing. It seemed like every 30 minutes.
Yeah, I was being super conscious of like covering the front end of my scope and the back end of my scope just so in case I had to see something I could see out of it. But yeah, so I saw something way out in the distance, just a little flicker of something. I was like, oh man, that looks like it might be a deer, And then I saw another flicker of something. So just in case, I pulled my gun up.
And you're hunting a clear cut, too.
Yeah, a clear cut. So I pulled my gun up, and I'm using the scope as my optics. And didn't see anything. Then I opened up my other eye, and then out of the corner of my eye, probably about 50 yards over from where I originally saw him, is where he popped up. I said, oh, no shit. All right. So I moved the scope over, and then I see antlers. I was like, oh, this is great. You know, I was all excited. But it was far away. It was probably like 100-yard shot and hunting out of a tree stand with nothing to rest on. I was like, I'm not confident with that. And I just kind of kept my gun up and just crossed my fingers that he would come in closer. And, yeah, he just kind of
Follow the topography around that ridge top.
Yeah, right around that ridge top. And then he went down into that little ravine, came back up, and he was kind of coming right at me. And then he kind of went broadside to me, and I just had that small window of opportunity and squeezed the trigger.
Nice, dude.
So I shot it once, and it kicked for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then he ran off probably about 50 yards, and then I saw where he kind of like stopped about 50 yards away from there. And I thought he was stopping to figure out what the hell just happened. So I thought I missed. So I was like, oh, perfect. He's giving me a second chance. So I racked another one, then shot again. Didn't move it. He didn't move, so I racked another one, shot again, thinking I missed him all 3 times. But what he ended up doing is he ran around, and then I had shot him in the lungs. And at that point where he was standing, he couldn't move anymore, and then he just fell to the ground. And man,
You got to see him go down.
yeah, I saw him go down.
Nice.
And then I got out of my tree stand, and I didn't wait the appropriate amount of time, and went right after him. Then I was like 25 yards away, and I saw him trying to stand up to keep moving, so I just hunkered down, waited another 10 minutes, and then I watched him lay his head down, waited 10 minutes, and yeah, that was it. First time gutting a buck by myself.
You gutted a buck. Then what'd you do?
Yeah. So I had to drag him out of public land, which by myself, I didn't have a rope with
Back
me.
out of a clear cut.
Out of a clear cut. Had to drag him out of there.
It's hard walking in there.
Yeah, it's hard walking, let alone dragging a deer without a rope. It's like the antlers are jabbing me in my thigh. So I get him out to the road, and I was like, there's an easier way to do this. I pulled my truck up, grabbed some ratchet straps out of my toolbox, hooked him up to my trailer hitch, and I drug him all the way back to camp. That being said, the roads were covered in snow, so it's not like I was dragging him down bare pavement. But
Could you imagine if someone had pulled out behind him when he was driving down the road? I know you're only going like, what, a tenth of a mile?
Yeah.
Like down the street from the
That's
the
awesome,
public
dude.
access.
I was hoping I would run into someone because I was like, well, maybe they'll help me
I
load this
was
thing
just
into the back of my truck. And I was like, well,
thinking,
no one's
I was
around.
like, you seriously did that?
That's awesome.
Amazing.
What's funny is I was actually hoping that someone would see, because you could see right behind my truck, you could see like a weird plowed area of snow and like a trace of blood going all the way down the road. And then I was hoping you guys would witness that. And then as soon as I did that, the plow truck came through and cleared it all out. I was like, damn it, I hope they would see it.
3 mile blood trail on this one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it
It's
was
nice to see your buck go down. You're like,
Dude,
yeah. Instead of just running off, and then you're like, "Oh, great!" Now
Wonder
I gotta
what to
go
be.
Figure it out.
right.
God, it was awesome. Great
Yeah.
day.
Bauer even got coffee with his buck.
Yeah, we broke everything down, went and investigated it, did the little forensic layout, from the shot and how far he did his death crawl, before he expired, and then Jason met up with me and drug him out to a clearing, get ready for the gutting, and
The gutting.
Is this 2 bears in the flax?
Yes.
dude, team 2 bears and a flex.
Unreleased scenes. Special Buyers Club DVD.
There's one common denominator.
Jason said to
Jason
rearrange.
had something to do with it each time. You were riding your bikes out in the wild country with him yesterday, huh?
Hashtag the gutting.
Jason said rearrange the guts. I said you're the deer.
He said either.
But yeah, before we got into it and the field dressing,
Yeah. Got into it.
brewed up some coffee, just kind of took it all in and the experience. But yeah,
Took the whole thing in, huh?
all in, little by little.
Story of
Little
your
by
camp.
little, huh?
No, it was awesome, dude. It was cool to have.
I'm like, He took me to a good hunting spot. I got a buck. That's the least I could do for him. Take the whole thing.
There's so many like air quotations. No, it was an awesome experience, you know. Really cool. Yeah.
What a relief that has to be on you. Be like, oh, finally,
Dude,
got
it
my
is.
First. I mean, you're part of the Deer Hunter podcast. Like, that's.
I was the greenhorn.
Hey, don't stir things up around here. Drew won't even go hunting with me in the morning. He's so irritated right now.
Aw.
I don't even have a headset on. I'm so weird.
Are you thinking like, you know, it's bad when Bomberito could even
Dude,
kill one?
I have breathed. I don't know how much wood stove and campfire smoke I've breathed in the last couple days, but
Fair
I
quantity.
am feeling it.
I want it to be known that I was very happy that you shot a buck this morning.
I
Like,
know.
I knocked him on the leg. I was like, look at this text. Fucking Bomber shot a buck.
He was.
Dude, all you guys gave me a very, very warm welcoming when Jason and I pulled into camp. I was thoroughly appreciative.
We were so
all.
happy to see you put a buck up on the buck pole.
Oh, so happy, dude.
Yeah,
Very-
it was cool.
Very, very, very grateful.
We got
That was
4
awesome.
bucks. We got 4 public land bucks up on the buck pole, huh?
Yeah. It's a pretty good weekend.
Oh yeah, they're all trophies.
No offense at all, but 2 low producers got 2 bucks today, so I was really happy. I'm like, okay, he's got blood coming out. Low producers.
Yeah, when you got third string scoring goals, you're gonna have a good deer hunting team.
Yeah. That's a good looking buck pole out
You're not
there.
third
Yeah,
string,
dude.
bud. You're just a rookie. But look at you.
Yeah, that's a legit buck
Shit,
hole for
yeah.
public land.
Like for him.
2 days.
Year, the floodgates open. You know, I got one last year on public land.
Yeah.
Got a second one.
Yeah, no, deer hunting is like that, where in like a sport there's like a momentum factor about it, like a confidence thing, and sometimes that's just the ability to go when you don't want to fucking go, because
Yeah.
you just fucking don't know when it's gonna happen up here. It's crazy.
First thing I said to you this morning, getting up, goddamn alarm clock's going off at 4. I snoozed till 4:30. I'm like, I love that I picked a career where I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It makes me enjoy my vacations of getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning even more. And it paid off, you know, just fucking grin and bear it.
I want to do something just because it's like a
Yeah.
Ron Bame thing.
Yeah.
Ron will appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun. It was like,
He'll appreciate the fact that your bird hunting spot tipped
I
off
know.
the deer hunting spot.
He will
too.
like that. I talked to him today on the phone.
Oh,
You doing sleeting outside? Sounds like sleet.
it does sound like sleet.
it was cool,
Holy
though.
shit! Look at it coming down out there, huh?
Snowing like all hell.
Jeez, oh, Pete,
Snow-
what's it been snowing for a week straight?
Every
Go tracking
morning.
tomorrow, eh?
Every night, every day, every morning.
Every morning. It's just,
What do you think? It snowed over an inch this morning?
I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's
for sure.
there's
There
been
was
a
2 inches.
melt rate a couple
There's
days, but
2 inches on my
yeah,
car
there's been
when we got
6
back
inches
to it.
since I got here. I would say
Like out there in the clearing, there was definitely. I would
it's
say
been coming like an inch at a time, which has been really cool. It's just been awesome.
You could go tomorrow and look for pourings and go
Yeah, fresh pourings.
Parring.
go tracking and go look for the
Dude.
big bucks.
We've seen some big buck. We've seen some tracks. Today was a good tracking snow, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was a lot of tracks when we were walking in.
Yeah, I
But
saw a bunch.
I did see some tracks in that clearing yesterday.
it's kind of good, like, you get a fresh canvas every morning, but it kind of sucks, too, because you don't
Can't-
know what happened the day before.
That and you can't hear a
Right.
damn thing in the fresh
Right.
That's
snow.
the big thing. Right when we got here,
That my
we got
dog-
that big snow,
Yeah.
and I was like,
There's no hot sign, because it's
Yeah.
all
I
gone.
can't see anything. And then like 3 or 4 days later, we're like, all right.
That my dumb ass can't follow my tracks back out to get home at night.
Man, it's coming down out there, huh?
Yeah.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Take the headsets off.
Alberta Clipper.
Alberta Clipper. Yes.
Yeah, dude, it was an awesome experience.
Is that fire still ripping and raging out there? We built
I
a big
doubt
one.
you're putting that out.
No.
Yeah,
The water
Dude, it's-
evaporates before it hits it.
that's awesome.
It's a rager like a locker room.
That's just like a
good quality North Michigan
Historic
snow.
photo right now, you know, of all the, we got those nice 4 bucks hanging on the buck pole, and it's snowing and coming down, and what a deer camp.
God, it was
Good
so,
times.
Man.
Thanks for having me up, man.
Thanks for coming up, Mr. Coordinator.
I almost
feel
got
bad,
Drew
man.
to puke yesterday.
Why?
It was
Because
awesome.
I wanted
Yeah.
you, I was rooting for you, so I wanted to go so bad in the morning.
Dude, I'm so used to the pigeon doing this to me. It's just another year up here.
I know, but
Pulling down your pants, aiming for
Just
penetration.
grind it out and whatever,
Hope
man.
it happens.
You take it. That's the pigeon.
Yeah.
The Pigeon River oysters for you.
Do you
what's
feel?
a Pigeon River oyster? Sounds good.
Do you just feel like Andy Dufresne in Shawshank Redemption? And his sisters keep hunting you down. The sisters of the pigeon.
Man, I don't know. I mean, I had a fun week. There's still plenty of deer season left, but
Yeah.
my time in the pigeon is done for this camp. I
Yeah.
put all my eggs in one basket, you know, all the days off of work, you know, all the brownie points with the wife. I cashed in everything for a week up here and
Dude,
just going home empty-handed.
You
But
put in
Only
some
thing you got
hardcore
was a
time.
head cold.
I got a head cold and, yeah, some gastrointestinal issues.
That's deer camp for you.
Right. But no, man, I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything, but
Oh,
No.
you would too? You'd shoot a buck and a doe.
I'd shoot I'd shoot 2 bucks in a doe.
You shoot the tits off a doe if you had the chance.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I can't say I wouldn't change anything, but I mean, it's deer camp. You can't have a bad time.
No.
You know? If you're having a bad time, you're fucking doing it wrong.
Not
So,
welcome here.
Yesterday was miserable, and it was still fun.
Yeah. Yesterday was a real.
Dude, it was cold as a fuck yesterday morning. 18 degrees.
You didn't
sitting
walk
out.
5 miles.
Right. Yeah.
Cold as a fuck.
You didn't walk 5 miles through a marsh
Oh.
and like
It was a brisk bike ride
the bike ride.
to our river forging.
lay down that story for the listeners. Like, give them the play-by-play because this is interesting. I even
Triathlon hunting.
I witnessed it in person.
So, I talking to Meekoff. I was like, "Hey, you coming to deer camp?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cool." So we start sharing pins. He's like, "Hey, look at this island." I go, "Yeah, that's really far from the road." He goes, "Yeah, we should go there." I was like, "Okay, let's do this." And next thing I know, I got a bike in the back of my. Well, there's 2 mountain bikes.
Yeah. A
The
bike
bike.
trailer.
My son's trailer that hooks onto my mountain bike, that's loaded with tree stands and waders, and we just look like a couple of gay dads riding our bicycles out into the public land, you know. I got a rifle slung over my back and everything, and
You guys found a Groupon for a male date up here.
so
Majestic bike ride through the forest to your own private hunting island.
Our bears and bikes.
It was pretty private.
there was not a soul out there. So it consisted of a 3/4 mile bike ride. Then we had to wade across the river. We carried the bikes across the river just because we didn't know if anybody would mess with them. You know, public land. You gotta
Dude, they wanted those sledgehammers.
play the game. So we hit them under a pine tree. You know, carried the waders. Yeah, and then we stashed the bikes, put our packs on with our tree stands, proceeded to walk another 3/4.
It was at least
mile.
3/4 a mile.
Yeah.
And it was through like the thickest spruce
Yeah.
thicket you can walk through. Like the trees were literally, they're like 20 to 30 foot tall trees that are literally 5 foot apart from each other.
And covered in fresh
And covered
snow,
in fresh snow.
which all falls on top of you as you walk.
yeah.
Drew got lucky in that he just followed me.
Yeah.
I looked
I was
like a
no, Jason,
snowman.
you got this.
I looked like a friggin' snowman.
Yeah, he did. I was like, oh man, you look like you're really wet.
Yeah, you need a sacrificial hooded
Yeah.
piece when you
Yeah,
go out to
exactly.
those spots.
I'll peel that one off when I
Need
get
a-
out of the tree stand.
Need a slicker.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then we get out to the point of the first island. We're going to another island that's across the marsh from
Yeah.
that even. And there's a little sub-island. I'm going to walk over to that, and Jason's going to keep going to the main one. So I get over to the little one I'm going to hunt. And I'm starting to walk out on this point, and it's loaded with rubs and everything. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to press it anymore. so I kind of fall back a little bit. And there's only this little, maybe 8-inch in diameter cedar tree that I can set up on. So I go.
That's small.
I'm climbing up. I got all 4 lone wolf sticks. By the time I get to my 3rd one, I'm like, this tree's getting real small up here.
Lone wolf's wrapping around the.
Lone wolf is as wide as the tree is. You're like, yeah, that's probably a good spot to stop.
So I
the
get
lone puppies.
I get to the 3rd stick. I'm like, all right, I set my stand up there. And, the sun's coming up. I got this beautiful marsh scenery in front of me. I can see 300 yards. Perfect for opening day of rifle season. We're out behind everybody, so all the deer are going to come that way, right? And, I get the sunrise, all of it. It's beautiful. And then we get like a 30-mile-an-hour wind out of the south.
Dude.
Right in my face.
Yeah, man.
That's what I had. It sucked.
The wind was ripping.
My cedar tree being so mighty as it was, might as well have been like, those little spring door stops you could flick when you were a kid? It was every gust of wind. It was like I was riding on one of those. And I could not have shot 50 yards accurately in that wind. But I stayed there. I huffed it out till, 11:30 or something. I was like,
Yeah.
Jason, I got to get down. I can't take it anymore,
He came over. Yeah, because I dropped him off at that spot, and I kept going. And it took me like a half hour to walk like 400 yards.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Oh, man. It was a bitch getting over there when it was light out.
It's like trying to figure out where the hell you were in there in the dark was like constantly pulling your phone up. Yeah, I think I'm going in the right direction.
Crazy in those landscapes how you look at
Dude.
something and you're like, it's only 180 yards?
Yeah, exactly.
I swear that was a mile.
Exactly.
If-
No, it was. It was like 400 yards from where he was. It wasn't very far at all.
I've figured out there's
just brutal.
a fairly accurate travel time through a lot of that stuff is 1 mile an hour.
I believe
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah,
'Cause
easy.
We did about a half a mile, about a half,
Right.
an hour?
Right.
Or a half hour this morning?
Yeah,
Dude, it was all, like, mostly uphill, but we had a couple dip downs. And
yeah,
But, yeah, you feel like you've been, doing at least.
yeah. It was all thick stuff you're walking through.
Oh, it was
Tight pines.
nasty.
The-
It was
The stuff we
nasty.
walked out to that, it was just brutal. It was like walking through matchsticks covered in snow, just falling on you. It was horrible.
Right down.
There was like no following a trail. You couldn't. It was like unless you're about 3 foot tall, you couldn't follow like where the
No.
deer path or anything. It was horrible.
It was intense.
Took me like half hour to walk 400 yards.
Was it like
and then the fun part. You got through the fun awesomeness of the maze of spruce trees, and then you got into the like tussock marsh. There's like every step you're like half post holing in muck or stepping on grass that's like 3 foot taller than the water that was next to it.
Right. Yeah, and it was just that perfect layer of ice
Yeah.
where you'd step on it and it would hold you for just that second, and then you break through it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to pick your boot right back out. Oh, man, it was a bitch to walk through that stuff.
Then got over to my stand, got set up, and then I saw 5 does.
And I
I thought they were all going to Drew. I was like, please, Drew, shoot a doe. I don't have a doe permit for up here.
Yeah, he saw all the does, and I had the doe tag in my pocket.
Yeah. I assumed they walked like just inside the really thick shit from you.
Yep. Yeah, there's one little corner that I couldn't shoot, and that's where all of them crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would have shot one, in a heartbeat.
That would have been
Right.
fun. Then sat there for a while. I had one really nice doe standing at like 70 yards for like 10 minutes. I was like, there's a big doe over here. Wish I had a doe tag.
I had all bases covered. I had a public land doe tag and a combo tag for up here.
Oh, and that was after, like, because all of the snow and those pine trees walking through, my boots were like mostly full of water.
Oh, shit.
So I had like 3 toe warmers in each boot, and water doesn't do good things to those. It pretty much like kills the heat. It lasts for about 20 minutes, and then the heat stops. And then I proceeded, like, my upper body was relatively warm. I had like all my layers on.
It was
It
brutal
was windy as
yesterday.
hell too, because I was
Oh,
just
man.
like Drew was facing due south, which was where the wind was coming out of, it just blowing right into your face the whole time.
I got cold this morning. I don't know if it was just from watching the landscape with all that snow or
Yeah.
what, but son of a bitch by
You were
11.
fidgeting around like crazy.
I was,
like,
man.
What is going on?
I could not stay warm.
Dude, I kind of felt like that too. But yesterday, dude, it was 18 degrees when I left the truck, and
I was fine yesterday. I mean,
it was cold yesterday.
it was warmer this morning, right?
Yeah. It was like,
I was really warm when I got to my
How-
stand
what-
yesterday.
Yeah.
What was the temperature yesterday morning? 18,
It was
right?
18.
yeah.
And this morning it was how warm?
31 degrees at sunrise.
Yeah, so
It was
31
wetter
this
today.
morning.
It was all that
It was
snow.
damp,
It was
though.
damp.
Just damp, dude.
It's like by
I
the time I
skipped-
got to my
I-
tree stand
I-
yesterday, I was really warm.
I skipped a layer. I skipped a layer that I wore yesterday today just
Yeah.
because I was like, man, it's going to be in the 30s.
That's what I did. I packed my bibs,
But
but I'd never put them on.
It started snowing and that wind started blowing. And pretty quick out, like he said, I couldn't stop fidgeting around.
Yeah.
I
My,
was like, what the fuck are you doing over there?
my hands.
I
my
was shivering,
feet.
dude. Like, just had the jitters bad.
Yeah. We were up in a good enough spot with good enough cover where I was. But
You
yeah,
could get away with it, but
it's annoying.
Yeah, when you got to move around. Like, that's how it was
I
yesterday.
feel like a bad hunter when you're cold and you got to fuss around, you know?
The only thing I didn't, like, I noticed with the saddle yesterday when I was hunting is that because you're hanging from something. So I kind of felt more at ease to swing around or move around and shit, where versus sitting like in a hang on.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you're more stationary, but the thing I liked about the saddle yesterday was just the comfort was just unreal.
Yeah.
I'm not an all-day sitter, and I sat for almost 11 hours completely pain-free.
You liked it.
Loved it, dude. It was glorious.
Mm.
It came off and on, but
tight butt getting cold.
yeah, you know, I got so much insulation on that fanny of mine. Not really, no. I'm Skeletor. But yeah, I was really cold yesterday and in the evening. Today wasn't bad, but that snow was just super wet, man.
It was. It's pretty damp today.
My gloves were soaked. My hoods were soaked.
It was a weird day.
Yeah.
In the woods, 'cause
Even
that
like
snow,
freezing rained for a little bit.
the snow was just sitting on the pine limbs, and then it would fall off.
Oh, it's,
So you'd see this like flash of white. You
Yeah.
hear a noise, you know, and then just a bunch of movement, and it was happening all around you. You
Yeah.
know, it was there. You couldn't even like pick out the little obscure movements in the woods because everything was moving because of the weight of the snow falling.
Yeah.
off
Dude,
of it.
It was one of those days too where I had my hood up. It's like one of those like 4-way like athletic cut hoods, but the way it was sitting on my head was almost like a drum. So that snow was just beating in there and just pounding on the side of my head and my eardrums. So I just totally thrown off all my hearing around. Like
no,
you-
there wasn't any hearing anything today. No, with all the snow and all the like.
it snowed so hard, so goddamn hard.
That was the only thing I was looking kind of forward to before the snow, because like I was assuming the snow would be kind of crunchy today before it
We never
snowed.
had that like
Yeah,
ice, like crisp
Opening
snow.
morning, yesterday morning, it was for about an hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
shit.
I don't know. I couldn't hear anything yesterday
Yeah.
morning. It
I
was,
heard-
All I heard was
exactly right in my face.
I heard my buck before I saw him.
Did ya?
Yeah, I did. What are you doing? You leaving? Are you really? Come here.
Come here.
Give my hand.
Come here.
Shake. It's a hug and a kiss.
Come here.
it's because I have your headset on. You want it back?
Don't step off like a mafangoo.
Are you coming out hunting tomorrow?
That's my hope.
Okay.
Come here, Chibella.
See you tomorrow, man.
Big 8-pointer tomorrow.
Congrats, Tommaso.
Thank you.
Nice buck, dude.
Bring Matt out here with a gun. You think?
What's that? Matt?
Bring Matt out here with a gun.
No, I don't think he brings
Dr. Pryor?
Dr. Paging Dr. Pryor. Dr. Howard, Dr. Pryor.
See you.
See you, buddy. Congrats, bud.
I just was impressed by the fact that Drew almost threw up at the truck when we got back.
Well, it never really correlated until we were coming back in, because I had the bike trailer with the stands and the waders and everything in it.
I pushed it for a little bit on the way back up.
Yeah, you did for like 100 yards. That was real helpful.
I was going to push it longer, and you're like, oh, I got it.
It was more of a matter of pride at that point, Jason. When we were going out there, I was like, man, this is going really good. This is great. Thank you, Alex, for saving us all this time by recommending bikes. And then on the way back in, I go, oh, wow, that's a lot of uphill. Oh, we'll just walk it up the hill. This hill's not ending. Oh, my God, it's 3/4 of a mile of uphill.
Straight uphill the whole time back to the truck. It was horrible.
And after you'd walked around for, 2-3 miles with the stand strap to your back and everything.
You're already just beat.
Carrying the bikes back across the river, and then you got to ride your bikes uphill for...
Hey, Dad, if you want, you could pull that other chair up here,
You can sit right by the heater. It'll keep you warm.
It was nice, like the whole mobile stand thing, dialing it down. Like I had those Hawk helium sticks strapped to my back, my platform I made, and the stand, set of bibs all shoved in there. I think I was like,
we grabbed that
I don't
chair
know, maybe
for him.
15 pounds, pretty compact, lugging through there.
I got to get some real sticks. My sticks weigh like 15 pounds for 4 sticks.
Oh, shit.
Drew saw I do not have the best mobile setup.
No, Jason's setup made my back hurt.
I don't know. Is that Drew, is that your photo? Mine's in my truck.
That's mine.
I didn't
My
realize these were
setup
all
prepares
steel.
you for packing elk.
Dude, we're going to have some pretty awesome deer camp photos this year, huh?
Yeah.
It was a good camp. Man.
What's the last podcast we did?
We did one 2 nights ago.
Wednesday night.
We did one last. Was it yesterday?
Wednesday
or
night.
The night
no,
before
it was
opening.
Thursday
Yeah.
night. Yeah,
No.
When these guys got back.
we did a little one that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah,
just
we
talking
did
about.
one with Jordan, too.
Right.
And then
So
one.
it's our third one. But we didn't talk about opening morning.
No, we haven't. Yeah, it was still archery season, dude. This is the first one we've done since opener happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Michigan
we
Christmas.
talked about Drew and I's opener where we about killed ourselves, and
Mm-hmm.
we saw 5 does. Walked around a pretty kick-ass island. Got to see a textbook buck bed.
We did. We found the Dan Infault buck bed. I could have shot a
Dude.
yearling.
That thing was cool.
The buck bed's legit.
Probably
Yeah.
a dandy buck in there, huh?
It's like a.
You
it
might
looked
have killed 'em.
honestly looked like one of those like generational buck beds.
Yeah,
where you could
it's
tell.
like beat into the ground, perfect kidney bean, like.
You should put a camera on it.
You think Kev killed him?
That'd
Oh,
be sweet.
what about? Have you divulged your story of yours?
No.
Did you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take the
talk
stand.
about that. But I was just thinking you should be sweet.
Yeah, if Jason goes back there tomorrow, take a camera. I got one.
No, there's no
I keep
sense in
trying to
putting a
go
camera
back
there
and
now.
forth as to
Ah.
whether. I think that spot probably is better
Put
in
a
like
camera
late
there.
October.
Put a camera there next to August and let it run all the way
Yeah.
through the season.
I got a game plan for hitting the island.
See
next
what's
fall.
bed in there. Because here's the thing about a spot like that the cameras are so helpful for. Forget wasting that time and energy going out there if it's like 4 pointers,
Yeah,
6 pointers.
that's the thing about tomorrow. Like, I want to go out there, and like my dumbass luck is I'll go out there. I only have a restricted tag left, and it's
Coffee
going to be
run.
like a 6 point.
No, you'll see that 6.
Like,
It'll be like a
It'll
trophy
be
six, huh?
borderline 7, but
Yeah.
you're like that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
That's not an inch.
at which point I'll have to not shoot it, and I'll have, busted my ass, and I'll like have to watch a buck walk by me. He'll probably just stand there at 40 yards for like a half hour,
Yeah.
screw around or something, and I'll have to not shoot him.
It's a bitch to get out there, man. It was cool. It's a cool
Dude.
island.
It was really awesome walking in today.
I'll have a drink of that. How'd you make that stuff, Bomber? It's just amazing.
I made a simple syrup of a cup of sugar, I think 2 cups of water to make 2/5. Made a simple syrup, boil the sugar and water till it boils and pull it off, let it rest to room temperature. and then I took a cold brew, a cup and a quarter of coffee, like a dark Italian roast, and then mix that with 3 cups of Bacardi light rum, and that should produce 2/5, a little bit of leftover. And I'll give you, and I dropped a fresh vanilla bean. I split down the middle, opened it up. You let it kind of steep in there for 3 days.
It's got to be split down the middle.
Down the middle.
No other way.
Split that shit like a meloni. And yeah, get your little coffee flavor vanilla bean rum.
Yeah, that shit's. Yeah, I just sitting there
You
drinking it
liking it?
earlier. I came in. I'm like, I'm not gonna hunt this evening. I'm gonna take a nap. I need some rest. Like,
Yeah.
all my shit's wet and everything. And
There's significantly less of that when I got back
yeah,
than
oh yeah.
there was when I left.
I poured a cup of it, and I'm like, oh boy, this stuff's great, you know. And then I had my lunch, and I was just sipping on that stuff. I drank a fair amount of it, and then I split some firewood, and then I went to bed.
Little. That's the second batch Mrs. Bomarito and I baked up for deer camp.
Yeah. Yeah, split up some firewood, loaded it up in here in the building, and took myself a nap.
I think it'll be a staple from now on.
I was like, I need a bath.
Going to town, have someone hose you off.
Been here for a week. Need a bath.
I got an ozone bag. We can put you in the scent crusher bag in the car.
We haven't. Jason's got to come up here in the summertime. We could christen him in the black.
Dude, how nice is it in the camper right now? That ozone machine. Yeah,
The farts are
it was set on zero.
Farts got eaten.
Dude.
Yeah, it was set at zero square feet, so it wasn't turning on at all.
Dude, the fart monster is starving to death right now.
So I set her for 500 square feet.
Well, we did put Ryan out in the building, too, so he wasn't in the camper this year.
Dude, farts could knock a buzzard off a shit wagon.
Him and I were out here having snoring contest. It sounds like I'd wake up, he was snoring. Damn it,
Dude,
Then he's like, I wake up and you were snoring, so I didn't think it was too bad.
as far as could peel the paper off of Chernobyl apartment walls.
Oh,
Oh,
it's been fun. Thanks for having me up, guys.
$4. $4 on the buck pole. Got the forest buck killed on film.
I think you
Yeah.
should come out to the island with me tomorrow. It'll be fun.
I'm not doing that.
You can
So-
use my bike. I'll leave it up there.
so what's your buck kill story?
Just everything resting and falling on gun season after failed archery season.
Yeah.
Really, you know. Missed a buck. My fault. Hit a buck that I thought I killed dead to rights. Cameraman said you just killed that deer dead to rights. And wasn't the case. Must have hit it low, hit it in the leg. Very little blood.
Say you whacked your jacket too?
It did. Yup. My bowstring hit my jacket arm pretty loudly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cold, snowing, nasty. Had a bunch of clothing on, more than I typically shoot with.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem, you know, I felt it, but it wasn't like,
You think it bucked your bow for a follow through?
I think it was just like hit the, right at the end of the bow stroke, you know, pretty much right when the bow was
Yeah.
at the end of its run anyway.
When I heard that story, the only thing I could think of is if you would have had a rage broadhead and it worked perfectly when it hit, killed that deer. Some terrible shots with the rage broadhead that they recovered though.
Yeah, I can believe that. It's
If
baffling.
they had 100% working, if they worked 100% of the time, I'd go with it.
Dude, it sounds like they're like Sex Panther.
It was baffling to me because
It works every time.
95%.
I'm definitely shooting an arrow setup that is set up for pass-through shots. And we recovered... How much of that arrow would you say there was, Drew, with the fletching? 12 inches?
12 inches, Kevin.
Yeah, 12 inches. We recovered 12 inches of the shaft. The fletch shaft. It was covered in blood.
Did the blood reach down to the base?
It was on the veins.
And it still got away from you, huh?
Jesus.
Son of a bitch. It did. I don't know. I thought I just, whatever. It was a 40-yard shot. I was super comfortable with it. I took my time.
Yeah.
And when I hit the buck, the way I hit him, place I was aiming, the way he acted, it was just like, oh, yeah, you just smoked that thing. And that's what Jordan saw, too. And, yeah, tiny little pinpricks of blood and a broken off arrow shaft. And that's all I can figure is that we hit him low in the leg. To break that arrow, we had to hit hard bone. And didn't even get in the body cavity. So he'll have a wound and live to see another day. We tracked him for, how far did we track that deer?
400 or 500 yards probably,
Shit.
with just tiny, like, fresh white, pure white snow.
Uh-huh.
And just like a pinhead of blood. Just literally a pinhead. Like, I was telling him, I was like, you get hit in the mouth or whatever, and you spit way less blood than what we were following at all, you know?
He's
So,
probably booking in a Gaylord for urgent care, work-related injury. Get it wrapped up.
Bad shot.
there was hardly any blood. Like, I couldn't. Jordan's got a hawk eye when it comes to finding blood.
Yeah, he does.
It was crazy because I'm like, I can't see anything. But he had this big panel LED for his camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he would shine this thing and go, oh, blood right there. And you'd look at it, and it literally, like, when you say pinhead, I mean pinhead, little speck of red.
Yeah.
I don't know how he even saw it. It was blowing my mind.
Jeez.
Then we followed it forever for 500 yards, and then it just went cold, and that was the end of it.
It's nice to know. Well, it probably wasn't that bad, or
We were kind of thinking maybe like high hit, you know, and the body
Right.
cavity filling up with blood, but it never found.
Could just hit brisket.
Right.
Just if you're
Yeah.
like dead nuts left to right and just low and shoot under the heart, there's
Yeah.
nothing there.
Right.
No.
It's just bone,
I mean, there was
bone
no
and
blood.
cartilage,
No
and
blood.
it doesn't bleed for shit.
We would have followed that
No.
track, 5 foot maybe,
Yeah.
without
hit
the
it.
snow?
I hit a doe once when I was
Without the snow, I
younger.
don't know how you could have followed it at all. The blood was so minuscule. Like, I don't think you would ever followed it for 100 feet.
Yeah.
he'll get a scar for the ladies, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, after just a detrimental archery season, missing a buck, and then that whole endeavor, we went out the next morning, looked for a little more, but I mean, even that distance we went, you couldn't see him dragging a leg, nothing, right? We
Nothing.
just looked like we were following a healthy buck track
Yeah.
with a little pinprick of blood every now and then.
Yeah.
Didn't even make any sense.
No, it didn't look. Like, as soon as we got to the arrow and you showed me the blood, I was like, that's not blood. I mean, that's nothing. Like, it was
Yeah.
weird. The arrow was covered in fur, you know, but, and with a quartering 2 shot, it wasn't a gut shot or anything, you know. All I can assume is was low leg or something.
Probably brisket. You hit that, it's all bone.
Yeah.
So you can break an arrow off in that. And
It would have
There's
to be hard
nothing
bone
there.
for that setup, I would assume, to not get through.
yeah, because it's all the like clavicle and all that.
Yeah.
It's right where the rib cage comes together on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like
So
there's nothing there.
archery season came and went.
Goodbye.
Hey!
Hey!
Mr. Tom,
Come on over here, bud.
what you have there?
Looks like garbage.
Oh, I thought it was like a fresh
I
bag of
saw
wine.
a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Hey, where are you going hunting in the morning?
Going to the river.
You're going to the river.
Nice.
Who's going with you?
My dad.
Okay.
Tripod.
You want to go?
No, well, no. Nope.
Ryan knew
Nope.
Today.
Yeah, no, I would like to go, but I got a spot to go in the morning, so. No
No
small.
small craft advisories.
On the way in. You know?
Oh, did you say that liver wasn't in your car?
No,
I can't find it.
that's crazy. It was in a white bag,
Yeah.
so it might have fell out. It's cold enough if you want. You can drive up there and walk your trail.
Double back.
Yeah.
I got-
Walk the whole thing.
I got the heart. That's one thing.
Yeah. It's in a bag, so like it's in that glove. And it's tied off.
Yeah.
Yotes might have got to it, but they might not have. It doesn't hurt to just walk down the trail, see if it's there.
Yeah, I might double back, see if I can find it.
You can play with it. Make some food.
Yeah, I got the heart though. That's what
Can
I'm
I see
looking forward to.
that whiskey there? And I'm taking your cup because you threw mine on the ground for some
I know.
apparent
I was
reason.
a dick and threw your
Yeah.
cup on the ground.
Thanks for having me to deer camp, bitch.
Oh, whiskey or bourbon?
Finish that off. That needs to go away.
Okay.
Friggin' Woodford Reserve bourbon.
Yeah.
And Traverse City
Little
Whiskey Co.
little
Here, I'll do one of each, and then I'll do a little taste test and review.
little tasty
We
bit.
got the local brand going up against the
Little Woodford Reserve, one Mr. Brian Meldrum turned me on to.
just a table full of
Yeah.
bourbon and grinds.
Bourbon, beer.
Local Louisville resident.
We should give grinds a plug. We've been
Mainline that stuff all
I did
week.
that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday for the walkout. I was like, he's like, here, take one of these. It'll help.
Ginger Ninja wrote in a while ago. He said you guys need to check out grinds and dude wipes.
What are dude wipes now?
Well, he was right about grinds, so I can
Grinds?
only imagine he's onto something with.
I imagine they're baby wipes, but for dudes.
I'd hope for dudes.
I need to
Ooh,
get down on
ooh.
some dude wipes.
Hoy, hoy.
Grinds have been a huge success.
That's a strong whiskey, huh?
Yeah.
Was it 80?
Yeah. I don't know. Depends on how you like your whiskeys.
86.
I like it. I think it's good.
I might have just poured a little
What's a Woodford?
heavy.
It's whiskey or
90
bourbon. Yeah, a splash of water.
90.4
taste
for
better.
Woodford. Something to brush your teeth with.
So yeah, anyways,
Sterilize your mouth before bed.
Yeah.
archery season came and went,
Bring on the motherfucking guns.
You didn't get
and
nothing,
that
man.
happened. Was that Monday night?
What?
Wednesday night was the last night of
Monday-
archery.
Monday night is when I hit that deer, right?
Was
Jordan.
it Monday night or Tuesday?
It was Monday night
Monday night.
because Jordan hunted all day with me Monday,
Yeah, that's right. Because I was going to go to the cabin Tuesday.
and we didn't see a deer all day until the last hour of dark, and we saw a buck for 10 seconds and took a shot at it. Thought we killed it.
Mhm.
Not the case. Then he leaves.
Yep.
We officially have no deer killed on our film project.
Lots of time, though.
Lots of time.
Killed
lots
lots
of
of time.
B-roll.
Yeah.
Those chickadees were beautiful.
They were beautiful.
Beautiful chickadees.
Tell them about the sapsuckers.
Chickadees and fires.
We've seen some grouse. we
Lots of
saw-
chickadees and fires.
Yep.
Dude, that grouse this morning scared the feces out of us.
We had one fly from about 5 feet from our heads this morning walking in.
Like,
It was like
pitch black, 6 o'clock
literally,
in the morning.
I probably could have like slapped it out of the sky when it took off.
No shit.
Yeah, it was rather surprising.
I love
We
that
got
sound.
to see a barred owl tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that's right.
Landed in a tree like
Yeah.
50 yards from us and then
Cool.
just swooped down and killed something. I don't know what it got.
Sweet.
I flared a bald eagle when I was sitting in my saddle today.
Yeah,
He was flying down low, and I leaned back to kind of look at him. And I don't know if that spooked him. He was really low. Lowest I've ever seen a baldy flying down. And he kind of flared up like this. Did a couple 360s, went down around, did another 360, went around. But I could hear his wings flapping around. But he had to have every bit of 6 foot wingspan on him.
No shit.
that's cool.
So Monday night we were at extreme low, complete defeat. Tuesday, I scouted, and I'm like, we got Tuesday and Wednesday left till opener of gun.
Okay, wait. You're in a pinch. You're scouting. What do you look for to prepare for the next day, the big day?
Well, we got all that snow
Okay.
Saturday or Sunday. The snow had been on the ground for a day or two.
Saturday, I think we got all the snow, but it's been like freshened up every night.
Dude, every day it's been fucking snowing.
Right. But we got the first initial blast of snow, which covered up everything. So there was no, like, It was tough to find sign. And so that snow had been there for a couple days. Not only could you see a couple scrapes that had been opened up, but you could see tracks.
So you're looking for signs.
So, which was super nice because even a day after, you can see where the deer are moving and where they're not, you know. And so I scouted all day and went to some spots that we scouted way back in the middle of friggin' nowhere in the spring, right?
Nightmares
to get to, but we went there, we prepped spots and everything. I went out to them and looked at them. I'm like, only one of them had good sign. That's where I sent Ryan.
What sign was that now that you saw?
Scrapes, rubs, lots of deer tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like good constant movement through that area like a highway?
Yeah, I mean, deer coming through the area. So.
Yeah, probably like what we saw on the way out when you were.
And for the time of year being the rut, you know.
A lot of movement.
A ton of the deer movement is buck activity. Just because those guys are on the go all day long right now.
Yeah.
And so, I wasn't. The one spot that we had set up that had good deer activity was not conducive to filming efforts at all, as I've learned. My spots, a lot of my spots where I've killed my deer in the past are like tight quarters, which is super hard for a cameraman and a hunter to get on the same page and get a deer killed in. Like,
yeah, get the
doesn't
camera
work.
on and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, get the thing in frame. Yeah, and so it's not just done, you know what I mean? Like a little bit of pre-roll or whatever. And so I scouted these places all day, and I was just like, man, I don't know if we're going to get this accomplished, you know, if we're going to get this done. And then the last place I looked at that afternoon, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I was like, there's deer beds in here. There's fresh rubs in here. There's scrapes in here. And, oh, there's a deer. And, oh, there's another deer. And I was like, all right, they're here. Like, so this is the spot.
You knew something be coming back that morning? Like to bed down? Or
there was deer in there.
Yeah.
There was deer in there and there was elk in there, which I was a little concerned about the elk being in there. I didn't know if they had moved in after, you know, the deer, or if they had been yarding there the whole time.
Yeah.
But the other good thing about that, the way the wind's been, right? Hunting where some elk are, they stink.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Smell like a horse.
Yeah, it smells like a horse farm.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if that makes the deer uneasy because they can't smell in there.
That and the noise of the elk. The elk are so damn
Thrash
big.
around.
They don't give a fuck
Dude,
about.
Like bulls in a china shop.
Yeah.
Sounds like literally like a Volkswagen Jetta's driving through the woods with antlers.
So I was going in there and I saw a cow bedded and got closer, and there was 4 cows bedded. And then there was a 6x5, 6x4 bull bedded with him. I got within 20 yards before he stood up, got out of there, and I was like, kept going just a little bit farther, found a point on a map where there was like 2 tag alder patches that kind of intersected and made like a V. And sure enough, there was a cut trail coming right out of the point of that V, and then intersecting trails to the front of that. And I was like, man, this is a fucking killer spot. And so I hauled the tree stands out there. I set Jordan's. He's got the assault with the footrests, which is noticeably heavier.
Assault or air raid?
Air raid. The assault is what? The
assault is a lone wolf.
Lone wolf. Yeah, he's got the air raid with the footrest, and then my vanish. And we got in a big pine. We were able to utilize some of the limbs and 3 sticks and probably get up. How high were you thinking?
22, 20, somewhere.
Just over 20.
Yeah.
So the shooter stand was just over 20. We got up in this big pine, and when you were on the ground, you could see, what, 10, 15 yards?
Yeah.
But when you're up there,
you can see a long ways.
Yep, and it's just a badass big pinch. And
dude, it's amazing what getting up 10 feet will do up in this
right
this country here on the Pigeon.
Right. Yep.
Well, those pine trees, they taper. So the higher you get, the more you can see, you know.
It's unreal.
It was just a perfect setup. It looked like it felt good about it. Like so I found that spot Tuesday afternoon, and I knew it was going to be a lot of work to get 2 tree stands back in there and get them set up. I actually was kind of dreading it, but I got up Wednesday, day before opener, thinking, great, I'm going to go in here, make a bunch of noise, setting up tree stands and stuff, but I'm like, there's deer sign everywhere in here. So that's what I did. I went and set up both those tree stands, and opening morning, we hiked in there. It was just a little bit more than a mile, and right when we got up, we were a little bit late getting up. 2 guys, camera gear, all that. It was already breaking day. You could see a little bit. And Jordan's like, buck.
Oh, nice. He spotted it?
Right away. And, literally, we just sat down. I was putting my gloves on and stuff. You know what I mean? We weren't even really set up yet. He's like, buck. And so, finally, I ended up seeing this deer. He's looking in a different direction than I am, and this deer was coming from behind us. It walked through and out maybe like 75 yards. I just saw it go through some pine trees, you know. He's like, that was a good buck. He's like, I've got him on camera. You can see his beams, like, coming outside his ears. He's like, that was a good buck.
Nice, dude.
It was low light, too, and with his camera, he can see better than I can in the dark.
Right.
And so, let's see, it was probably like 7:15. What time did it get light out?
About 7:35, 7:40. It's decent, comfortable
It's like,
shooting
I
light.
think
That was
legal time's
that-
like 7:10 or something like that right there.
That was probably just prior to 7 o'clock. And then at like, I would say 8 o'clock, we saw another buck
Yeah.
that worked across the face of us. And same thing. He could see it. I couldn't really see it.
Yeah.
But he's like, the deer are in here. He's
Yeah.
like, we're going to kill a deer today.
Awesome.
And so now it's actually really starting to get light. It was like a little bit after 8. And I hear coming straight towards us, you know. And there's a big pine tree, and there's a big trail that runs right underneath of it. And there's a scrape right there. And I heard that buck coming. He came through underneath that pine tree. He put his head up and knocked all the snow off the limbs above him, and it all landed on his head and on his neck
That's
and on his
cool.
back and
Nice,
stuff.
dude.
And he just came walking right out from underneath that pine tree. And I don't know, I think we got like 3 minutes of footage of him walking out from there.
That's awesome.
He's kind of sniffing around because there's, like I said, a bunch of intersecting trails right there. He's sniffing around, milling around a little bit. And then he just walked from our right to our left at like 50 yards.
Oh, that's nice. Nice, easy distance.
And he's a nice 2.5-year-old Northern Michigan public land buck. And put a kill shot on him right at 50 yards. And
He's
got it
definitely
right on.
2.5. You can tell the difference between, like, you know, he's a little bit bigger, like, antler-wise than Bomber's buck, but just body size, right?
Body size, a muzzle, the head shape.
He's like, you know, he's the
He's
two of them
long.
that-
He's substantially longer than any of those
Yeah.
other deer, huh?
Yeah, he's definitely bigger. Yeah, yours and Tommaso body size are about the same, but you can definitely tell the difference between yours and Bomber's.
I think
Just from
they're
body
both
size.
2.5-year-olds, but if you take Tommaso's deer has a bigger rack than mine.
Yeah,
Yeah, wider.
But if you pulled them up nose to nose, my
Yeah,
deer's
yours is
almost
probably
10
about-
inches longer.
yeah.
Dude, your deer's a basketball player.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a big old buck.
What tripped me out is how like Jason and I both noticed like how dark for young as buck young and bucked
All
up.
these bucks up here, they got those chocolate racks.
Dude, it was so dark.
Yeah, his is like super, like it's beer bottle brown.
It's awesome.
It's like a little young.
I know they don't look
Five-pointer?
like the bucks that you see on TV.
No.
No, they're not corn-fed deer. They're
Fuck
real.
those deer.
Yeah, they're real deer.
No, we want real deer.
Yeah.
Well, when I noticed this, I was cracking up when I wiped his antlers clean to get all the moisture off before I wrapped my kill tag around it. I don't know why. I smelled my hand and it smelled like pure pine sap.
Yeah.
So you know he's just thrashing out there on some little.
These
scrubby
bucks are
pines.
so wild up here.
Dude, it was awesome. It was such a great experience. Public land, little scrubby buck.
Bomber was so happy. We're like
Oh,
out
God.
there, like gutting his deer, having a cup of coffee. He's like, "This is so awesome."
What'd you guys do? You fired up a couple dark
Yeah.
timber gravity packs, did you?
Yeah, it was good times.
Dude, it was awesome. We drug it out of the kill spot. Like, I shot him. He was 50 yards away. And then he crawled probably 30 yards before
Yeah, he didn't go very far.
he expired. And then we drug him out to a clearing. And then just kind of took it all, just the experience. And then Jason pulled out his little backpack and stove. And
Bomber started to go to town. It's like, just wait a minute. I'm going to make some coffee.
it was awesome. Such a cool experience. It just started just friggin' chooching down snow, dude. It was like straight up blizzard-style snow coming down. And just gnarly white pines all around us, snow-covered landscape. It was picture perfect for like my first.
Yeah.
Dude,
Then you got to bring him back here to the buck pull.
Yeah.
Dude, we were so excited.
I even let him drag it.
Oh yeah,
I didn't make him cut it up and carry it back in a backpack.
I was not opposed to cutting and carrying.
We were talking. We were like, "Oh man, we're gonna be pretty irritated if a buck doesn't show back up here to put up on this buck pole for his first buck. Stand around here at camp and look at your buck on the buck pole in the snow with a campfire going.
He stared at his backpack.
Are you kidding me?
With a head
So
on it.
happy.
Yeah,
It wasn't that far from the road, so we drug it.
Yeah,
we
it
just
was a good move.
shade under a half mile, but dude, that's what I always wanted. Like my first buck to be a nice, beautiful Pigeon River Country public land buck. Just a nasty.
Thanks for
piney-
adding some heat to that. I got to sleep out here.
No, there's something about having a traditional buck pole.
Yeah, just a nasty, piney
You feel
cedar
like
swamp buck up on the buck pole, dude. A traditional Midwest style Michigan deer camp,
Northern Michigan.
dude. Rifle
Fuck,
zone,
right in the
northern
heart of
Michigan.
it, huh? Coming to you right from the
Dude.
heart.
Center fire kill, northern Michigan buck. It was a great experience, man. I was just so happy and grateful. Real good time.
We got gear just
I
hanging
enjoyed
everywhere in
being
here.
involved with that. That was fun.
Hell yeah, I had one Mr. Jason Meekoff, Great Lakes coordinator, BHA chapter, along the way, helping me through it all.
Let you use my knife.
Look at all the gear hanging up in here.
There is a lot. I got to grab my backpack. It's soaking wet.
How
I gotta
hot
bring
is
it
that
in
wood
here.
stove?
Hot as a Carl.
That wood stove's pretty hot, and if this building caught on fire, there'd be thousands of
Oh,
dollars in
Jesus.
gear lost.
Please don't say that.
Yeah,
That'd be
there's
horrible.
trees
And we would be
Sad.
down our Great Lakes coordinator, BHA, because he's sleeping in said building.
Thousands of dollars of clothing.
Yes, technical clothing does great, not in fires.
I just hope that the 2 bucks made out of Chuck Norris's beard hair would survive.
So my favorite part of yesterday was completely exhausted. We're pushing our bikes back because we're just beat. And we're still like half mile from the truck. And we come across, it's been a dude that's been dragging his deer since 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, this is a great story.
At 2:30 in the day.
Really?
He shot it at 7 a.m. He found it at 11
Yeah.
in the river, and he was still dragging it back, and it was, 3 in the
Yeah,
afternoon?
it was like 3-ish.
And he's just huffing it with a full set of
Yeah,
cards.
he's got his full set of cards. I was like,
thing.
Drew and I are like, why aren't you taking your coat off?
He did.
He looked like he was going to have a freaking heat stroke.
Yeah, kid looked rough. He
Did
had all his Carhartts on, and he's just had he got this. You could tell he got the rope out of like his dad's barn or
Yeah.
something. He's got some shit sling tied around himself, And then he's got a log tied to the deer.
Tied to the
To
deer.
like a
T-handle?
To the antlers.
It didn't make any sense. It just was making
Just
it harder to drag.
added weight.
Son of a bitch. God, that's perfect.
He current like 3 hours into a drag that was probably going to take another 2.
Yeah.
How long was the ash off his Marble 100?
Dude, it was ridiculous. He was.
I was like, I'm miserable right now, but I'm glad I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
it a
because
big
we're
buck?
miserable, but we don't look that
Yeah,
stupid. Anyway.
exactly.
Was it a big buck?
No, I mean, it was a little.
It was about almost as wide as ears, 6 point, little
Yeah.
short
I
tines.
mean, it was just
It was
standard Pigeon River
Yeah.
trophy, I guess. Yeah.
Legal eater.
All right.
wasn't a bad buck. I just shot him if he had one more point.
Oh, I would have shot it so quick.
I'm going to shoot the fuck out of you.
But yeah, that was impressive. We talked to him for a minute. 'cause we
He just
needed a
had
break.
where we stopped him, and he's just like, and you could see his face was just all flush, and he just has his Carhartt bibs on, his jacket,
Jacket,
on, his
everything.
knit hat. He's just dying
Dude.
of sweat. It's like, dude, fucking take a layer off, man. What are you thinking?
I was soaked this morning walking in. Like, my
Yeah.
legs were wet. Like, I dressed kind of light. I packed my bibs thinking I'd throw them on before I crawled up the tree. And it was just warm enough to not need them. And son of a bitch, dude, those hills put a sweating on me.
I think that's probably why not too many people go into that place. Is it's all uphill, and it's not like little short uphill. It's
It's a constant uphill.
there's some pretty good vertical, really fast.
It was awesome. It was great landscape, man. It was fucking cool as shit back there.
You can see a long ways out there.
Yeah, man.
That's fairly close to where we camp, isn't it? Or no?
Kind of, sort of, like,
Let's not mention roads.
no, like, maybe it's like a couple miles north of where we camped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Sounds
The
Yeah,
last night here.
yeah. Eh?
We're going to have some drinks, get out by the fire, enjoy the rest of the evening.
Had us our traditional deer camp, eh?
So is this the last podcast of Northern Michigan Deer Camp?
Yeah, it is.
Fucking A rightsy, it is.
Yeah.
How many guys would you
Right,
say?
see?
How many guys would you say we had here, Dad?
Oh, jeez.
We were talking about that out by the fire, but we never did the calculation.
What would you guess?
Maybe 12, 10 or 12.
There was more than that.
15 to 20.
There's
I would
15 to
say.
20.
Think so?
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was at least like there's riding that many vehicles. You think
Oh!
about where everybody was parking. Like there's people parked everywhere.
The brothers Nevedall left, the younger and elder.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
here.
The Nevedall brothers did leave. Not before Ryan got his birthday walleye.
He did get his birthday walleye,
20 if you
complete with a
Yeah.
candle.
did the finger.
20 guys at
Yeah.
deer camp, huh?
That's a good deer camp. You don't get 20 guy deer camps very often anymore.
This one
No.
never disappoints, man. It's a good deer camp.
It's
It's a
fun.
good tradition.
Deer camp's one of those things like people outside the like upper Great Lakes just don't quite like. They don't get the same thing.
Wisconsin, Minnesota, and,
And Michigan.
Michigan.
It's like,
like the
where
three
you go for
states.
like real deer camp.
Like traditional community, like togetherness of a deer camp.
Yeah.
God, I'd be excited to see how Jordan puts all that together. We did a sweet time lapse of us all around the campfire opening evening.
Yeah.
And then a sweet time lapse of the stars. And it's going to be cool.
Yeah, it should be fun. Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me up,
Dude,
man.
that was a blast.
I
I
had a
swear
good
to God, I
time.
can't
Oh,
imagine.
I almost
coming
made
back
your
up here
brother
without you.
puke. I was really happy.
Oh, you just
Dude, he's at a low low.
Not that long.
But here's what's going to happen. Here's what we need to do. We need to come up here in the spring
Yeah.
and do a scouting weekend.
Sounds great. We'll
please.
go out there like in the spring.
I want it to be known
We
that I
need to-
almost puked because I was hauling Jason's shitty steel tree
He
stand.
was. Yeah, that is why he puked. Almost puked. It was great. I appreciate
Don't-
it.
Makes it sound like he was some stud athlete. And I'm
No,
out there
dude.
just
I was
huffing.
like, I was walking with Drew, pushing a bike with nothing on it.
Dude, I
I do not ride bikes very often. And I was like, oh my God, this makes me feel like such an old douchebag.
4 o'clock in the morning, I crawled out of the Airstream, walked over to the shed, and I just see these 2 bikes with a like a kiddie bike trailer hooked up to it, and I just started cracking up. Like, this is gonna be fucking badass.
Yeah.
There was a stretch where we were going uphill, and I was doing my damnedest to not stop
What gear
because
were
you
you
were
in?
right next to me.
What gear were
And
you
I
in?
was like, I was in the fast pedal gear. I was like, just don't stop. You'll look like a total tool if the dude hauling the trailer with like 50 pounds of shit in it can keep going and you have to stop.
Yeah.
Dude, I would just loved it if you brought that bike trailer home with bloodstains over it and your kids.
Oh
are,
man, Luke would have loved it too. He would have been all in
I
that.
We
would've
could
been-
stuff my buck in there, take her home.
dude, we should.
I'd have been so happy if we got something. It would have been awful.
It would have been awfully awesome.
Awfully awesome. But definite type 2 fun because that would have sucked.
It would have been
But-
brutal.
It would have been awesome.
Dude, how nice real quick, how nice have the setups been for what we've been doing. Like today, tearing those tree stands and carrying them out was nothing, right?
No.
And
not
it
bad
was a
at all.
long walk, right?
Yeah.
Through some moderately thick shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
No
Not bad
swamp.
at all, man.
Yeah.
But
I want one of those to replace my shit steel setup.
I'm very.
it is nice to have a good frame pack,
Yeah.
a mobile tree stand, and a good backpack.
Yeah.
You start running like an actual backpack.
And you're good, man. You can go anywhere, do anything, right?
Yeah.
It don't really, I mean, you got to figure out what setup you like, which one you want to run.
That's the thing, just putting in the time, just get proficient with your setup and know what works and getting in a groove. So you got like a smooth flowing system when you get up and down that tree.
I got a
Right.
pretty shitty back, and I've been going pretty hard all week, lugging tree stands around and riding bikes and sitting
Yeah.
for countless hours. And today was the first day where my back finally started to like feel it, where it's like,
Yeah.
man, I've gone hard this week. You could tell, you know.
Yeah, I lost weight for sure. I had to make a belt
Yeah.
for my and yeah, we worn those 6-sight pants. Both me and you been running those 6-sight soft shell pants all weekend.
Yeah.
Best pants ever, right?
Oh my god, it's like wearing pajama pants that are acceptable out in the woods. It's
I want to try a set of
amazing.
those.
Dude, they're the best
Pajamas?
pants. Yeah, they're a
pretty-
fleece lined. What were they
They're
waterproof treated?
soft shell.
Yeah,
fleece
soft
lined
shell. I
pant.
need to get some
Dude,
soft shells.
you look like I saw you. Like you're not like quite Skeletor, but you definitely look like you dropped some lbs since I saw you last.
Yesterday helped.
Yeah, oh, definitely. You know,
I burned like 4,000 calories
at,
and
like,
ate like
Yeah.
400.
negative 1,800 calories consumed yesterday.
yeah, yeah, we went pretty hard this week, and we ate pretty healthy meals too.
Yeah,
really,
we don't eat like dog shit anymore. You know,
not really. It's not a bunch of garbage. No, we had
Processed
venison
foods.
steaks and soups.
We had some
and
venison sausage last
I'm gonna
night.
Yeah,
eat the
was it
fuck-
mazel spaghetti?
Mazza spaghetti.
Dude, that was
Some
the cat's
fresh
ass.
walleye
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah,
Fresh walleye. What else we have? Some pheasant stew, white bean chicken chili,
Yeah.
gumbo.
gumbo,
Some gumbo there.
Yeah,
some
That's what I
venison
wanna do
tomato cooked up.
eat for probably 30 minutes after we get done doing this.
We ate some bourbon. We ate some whiskey.
Lots
We-
of beers.
we ate
Lots
some
of,
rum.
we ate a lot of beers.
a lot of beers.
A
Lot
lot
of
of
beers.
coffee.
A lot of coffee.
Went through 2 pots of coffee every morning.
Yep.
Dude, that coffee out there
Oh, I bet.
back in the woods.
Having a
dude.
buck
Oh my
down, and brewing up. You brewed up a gravity pack out there. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason did, dude. It was fucking awesome.
Those
Couple
things
of
are
them.
the shit, aren't they?
Yes,
Such a
they
cool
are.
experience.
Man, those things.
Palmer's
are
like, this is so awesome. Like, I don't usually drink really like dark coffee, but this is fucking awesome. It's like a treat out in the woods. You got deer down. It's amazing.
Deer down, middle of the forest, just blizzarding snow, like straight up Jeremiah Johnson style, dude. Just got fresh brew coffee in the middle of the Pigeon River Country State Forest.
Half
good
mile
and
from
the,
a road.
like the
just-
best coffee you can get too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. It was a cool experience, dude. Definitely my first well, pretty much my first legitimate deer kill is definitely quite a memorable one.
we should say that Tony gave us a discount code for Dark Timber. It's Deer Hunter, just Deer Hunter.
Drew and I rocked some coffee yesterday
Deer
too.
hunter?
Yeah.
I think it's just Deer
After
Hunter.
we froze our asses off staring into the wind.
Yep. We had, we had coffee out on the Fire Island.
Yeah.
Gravity packs. Oh,
Sat
man.
down. We're like, coffee sounds good.
Yeah, if you own,
As I gave you a pair of dry socks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, due to my socks being like you can squeeze the water out of them.
If you own a camp stove or a jet boil, you definitely should buy some gravity packs and check them out.
They're legit. They're the best
badass.
way to have backcountry coffee.
They're badass right in your kitchen.
They are.
Yeah. It makes just a badass cup of coffee and it's super cool.
Ryan and I hunted.
Schwisky.
Ryan and I hunted my
Come
cabin
on.
on Wednesday morning, and we made gravity
Yeah,
packs
grab
in
me
the
one of
kitchen.
those.
We
One of
did
these?
Yeah, right?
fire up the
Fill her
coffee
up.
pot.
That's what I did this
Cannonball.
afternoon. Took a nap in the
Finish her
camper.
off.
Fucking
Instead of
whiskey.
firing up the coffee pot, boom, jet boil, boom, gravity pack,
There you go.
done.
People like that.
Big-
Just fucking
12 ounces
whiskey
of
in
coffee.
the background.
Big fresh cup of coffee ready to go.
I actually wish I had some coffee now because it's hard to beat coffee.
Well,
and
let's
whiskey.
get some. We'll make some.
Yeah.
Wrap her up.
All right, folks.
Okay, well, yeah, hey, man.
From the North Country.
We got
From
some work to
Roach
do.
Country.
No,
We got some work to do. We got some work to do in the off season. It's a tough spot, but we got some leads on some better spots, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're not up here.
I
I'll tell
think-
you that much.
They're up here. They're north of here,
Dude,
where the big bucks are.
I'm ready to come back get those scrubby motherfuckers.
I think we'll go out. I'll come up for bow season next year. October, that island will be the shit.
I heard there's bucks in those hills.
There was.
There was.
Thanks for listening.